Chapter 14 Be Happy. You said, Flowey ... and then he, with a tear on his eye, interrupted, you don't have to explain anything to me ... and after that he ran away. You heard how him came out of your house, so you decided to go and look for him, but before you could, Papyrus grabbed you by your arms and said, don't worry. He will come back ... He used to do the same when he lived in our house ... and then you, not very convinced, added, I hope. After that, Sans said, well ... are we gonna stay here all day? And Papyrus responded, yeah ... maybe we should go ... and Sans suggested, I know ... let's go to the game store and buy a game for y/n ... and you, surprised, reacted, it's okay ... I can buy them by myself ... and Papyrus added, we are buying you the game anyway ... and you answered, but they are too expensive, and Sans said, actually we are not gonna buy it ... and you exclaimed, what? And Sans added, we are gonna steal it ... and Papyrus exclaimed, Sans, isn't it enough to not pay your tab to Grillby? And Sans responded, I actually paid it ... in installments ... and Papyrus shouted, say Sans ... and then they started to argue ... again. As they started to discuss, you went to the kitchen to have something to drink. You opened the fridge and took out a jar with water and served it on a glass. While drinking it, you started to think about Flowey's nightmare. In Flowey's nightmare ... Undine drowned him in a glass of water ... Undine. And suddenly you remembered something, Undine. Yesterday Sans was talking to someone on the phone ... when he said goodbye to the other person, he said, by Undine ... or something like that ... but the person that he was saying goodbye to was ... Undine ... so ... is she still alive? And at the moment you finished thinking that, Sans and Papyrus came to the kitchen. Sans said, come on, y/n ... let's go and buy a game for you ... and then you left the glass on the table and went with them to the game store. You arrived to the game store at 2:23 p.m., the three of you came in. They said, choose the game you want ... and then you remembered the game you always wanted, it was your favorite fight game, 3, so you grabbed it and took it to Sans and Papyrus. Papyrus said, okay, now we will pay for it ... and he went to the counter. As he went, Sans said, come on kiddo. Run, and he grabbed you by your arm and rushed out of the store. Fortunately for you, Papyrus had already paid the game, so Sans' fantasy of becoming thieves wouldn't become true. When Papyrus reached you, he said, Sans, why did you take YN and ran away? And Sans responded, we wanted to become thieves ... and Papyrus exclaimed, again with that. You shouldn't teach YN bad things ... and Sans added, and what did you teach him/her? How to be an idiot. Come on bro, we were just having some fun. And Papyrus shouted, Sans, shut up, and then they started to argue ... once again. Meanwhile they were arguing, on the other side of the street, Flowey passed jumping in his pot. You waved your hand at him, but as he saw you, he started to jump faster. You thought, what is wrong with him? Does he hate me? I got to do something. But before you could think of something to do, Sans said, hey YN. Let's go home, try that game, and then you went, while thinking in Flowey. Once you reached your home, you put the game on your console and started to play. It was very good, great graphics and animations and cool gameplay. Sans asked you, can I play, and you accepted. Then he grabbed one controller and sat next to you. After that he started to play. While you were playing, Papyrus, without anyone noticing him, went to your room. He started to look inside your wardrobe and drawers until he found something, a photo of you and Flowey that you took when you and him started to become more closer. In that photo, you two were at an amusement park. Papyrus felt jealous, so he thought of going with you to the amusement park and then take a photo. After he finished thinking that, he went back with Sans and you, then he grabbed a controller and joined the game. Sans, Papyrus and you were playing your favorite fight game until 6:08 p.m. You felt pain in your fingers, so you decided to lie on the bed for a while. But before that you said thanks to Sans and Papyrus and then asked them to leave because you wanted to be alone. They asked you why, and you didn't want to tell them, so you responded, "Don't want to tell ... and they said, "Someday, you will tell us ... and then they left." You went to your room and jumped in your bed. You lied on bed until your fingers stopped hurting. When you got up from bed, at 6:59 p.m., you remembered that Flowey had to come back. You, desperate, rushed to your front door and opened it. You looked around for Flowey, but you didn't find him. You decided to keep looking for him. At first you didn't know where to search, but suddenly you remembered that the fourth day after you met him, he showed you a place which he calls My Spot. It was on the other side of the city, but even so you went running. 20 minutes later you reached the place. It was in a park's tree which had a hole on it. Panting, you went to that tree and found him inside there, crying. You, recovering your breath, said, "Flowey ... you are here ... and then he stopped crying and responded, "You came ... and you added, "Of course!" I was worried ... I want you to go back home ... and Flowey asked, "Really? But I will only disturb ... and you exclaimed, "What? No. You won't disturb. You are my friend." And finally, Flowey accepted. You rushed to your home with Flowey. Once you reached it, you took a shower because you were all sweaty. At 8:55 p.m. you had dinner with Flowey and then you two went to your room. After a while of sitting on your bed and watching the window you decided to go to bed, but before you could go to bed, Flowey said, "Do you remember this day?" while pointing out a photo that was on your desk. You went to the desk and grabbed the photo. "Of course I remember it ... and then Flowey said, "I want to live that day again so badly ... and you agreed, "Yeah, me too." Suddenly you noticed something weird, strange ... I don't remember pulling this photo out of its drawer ... you said while placing it in the drawer again. "When I noticed it, it was on your desk ... Flowey answered meanwhile he prepared to sleep and then you said, "I don't know." After that you jumped in your bed. You tried to remember something but before you could, you fell deeply asleep.
I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Before we close the video, I noticed 53% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. If you can, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below. Until next time, goodbye!